Hello, everybody. Made it a post this afternoon. I posted it on the Facebook. It was about it. The twin flame. It's actually a story. It's a template that it's some kind of story that everybody knows. You heard it. Your Either your mom telling you that bedtime story about the prince and the princess. Or either you know the story down the road, you heard it somehow. Those stories have been passed from generations to generations, and for one reason is you to know those stories, you to understand the stories. What does that got to do with the twin flames? I talked to a lot of twin flames, and what happened is what I found out that this each of the story that I'm hearing about, even out of my own, is that they're all related to some kind of story that we know. It's similar to a story that has been already been told over and over and over. I talked to this girl and she's like complaining out of this guy. He is so impatient. He's so rude. He's so blah 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 blah. And more and more I hearing her and just hearing the Beauty and the Beast inside of my head is like, well, she's complaining about him. She's afraid about him. She doesn't know him. The question is that does she accept him as a beast? That she loves him as a beast the way he is, because if you know the story, you have to fall in love with the beast, and the beast become a prince. That's what some of the twin flame stories I've been hearing and I've been talking about, that they're very related to that story. There is some bunch of stories, but before we be coming into it, I want to show you this quote. It says that the Lovitz composite of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. What does that mean? And who said it? First of all, it's mean that the soul it's separated in two different bodies for a reason, so they can find each other, and they will find each other. And when they find each other, the whole thing's gonna be changed. Aristotle is a Greek philosopher who said that long, long time ago. And I was reading here, and one of the posts is like, "Oh, this twin flame, it's a new age thing. It's a new age crap. It's a new age thing." I'm like, you know what? The people don't know. The people don't understand this. If you're not in a twin flame relationship, you better shut up, because you don't know that this has been existing for whatever God made your soul. This is not something that just pop out. It becomes more familiar right now is because it's a divine shift, and this divine shift is require two people working together. All the stories I know about the twin flames is lesson. It's a lesson about you to become and work with somebody. And that somebody is the other opposite side of you. The side that you did not accept, the side that you did not like, the side that you always put in a back burner, the side that you already know that somehow exists out there, but you kind of like put it away, and you listen your ego. There is a lot of stories about twin flames. If you take a look at it, the more powerful story about this, it's Adam and Eve. So what did Adam and Eve they did? Eve, she was needed some advice. She was looking for a knowledge. And instead of she was going out and looking towards God and looking towards seeking wisdom from God, she went out and she started talking to the serpent. And the serpent, on some of the cases, that could be a friend, that could be a someone that wants to tell you, yeah, I know everything, yeah, I do know this, and I know that, you know what, this is crap, let me show you the way, let me show you the right things. um, this is the friend, or this is the person that you choose. Sometimes this could be your mother, this could be a relative, this could be a somebody else. And for all that story right now that I'm saying is that it's explained that once she got the knowledge and she react to it, she gave that knowledge and that reaction, and the way the outcome is to Adam. And Adam, what happened is that instead of he repent to God and he too taking the responsibilities, he point the fingers to her. So what happening is that he didn't. He blames everything. He was angry. He wasn't the right thing. So what happened is that they were chastised out of the paradise, so they can live in the earth, and they're gonna have to seek for each other until they repent back to God. Um, this is a story that actually happens to a lot of twin flames. They have to find each other and they have to work onto it, and those are a divine type of twin flames. Um, there is a different twin flames, like I already talked about the Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I mean those are the people that you can see that I mean, they like each other, they're in love to each other, but guess what? They cannot accept each other. She has to face her family. She has to face her own way of life. She run away from him, like all the runners we know in Twin Flames. He's been saying so much about the runners that after you understand what you're losing on it, and you understand that your soul loves that person, you get back into it. And that's what this story is all about, is you to seek the truth. But again, the same as like Adam and Eve, the beauty has to work with the beast. They have to do this work together. They can't be just a work by the one. um, Another great love story, that is a Lancelot and Guinevere. They really had to work on it. And this story shows up that the king is the king is forgiven. Can the king forgive her and him and give the power to the love? How powerful you have to be as a soul so you can understand this, that those stories, they exist for you to understand that if this happens to you, or if you see a similar story to this, you to know what to do. Those stories are great because this is how the knowledge about this has been passed on. I mean, this is not from yesterday. This is not from something we just made up. This has been exist on it. And there is a people out there that I've been talking to, and I'm like, what is your story? I mean, find your story. What your story are you related to? Some of the twins are related to the very old love story, which is a Lele in Maju. And if you don't know this Arabian old story, I mean, it's a great to go ahead and dig it up. Go and look at it, because it was explained. It exists on any culture. It's not like it exists only on a certain type of cultures or on certain things. Um, this twin flames is for people to understand that it exists. It's been for a long time. Is not for just coming out. It's coming out right now because the people have to understand this divine shift. It happens during shifting the conscious we to understand that we love as a souls. We not love anymore as the human bodies. And the souls, they're gonna seek each other during these transition periods. And if you're married or if you're in another relationship and that happened to you, you will understand these words. And there is a lot of people out there, they coming out, they say things, they make posts, they make videos, they come out public, and they do this for you to learn it. This is not a something that like, hey, I want to become a famous. These people, they decide to break away the chains out of their own souls to serve you. To understand that at some point, whatever happened to you, it happens for a reason. So again, the advice of this is listen to your soul. All of the stories, all those love stories, all those princess stories, all those divine stories in the Bible, or all those divine stories in the Hindu, or even in the Muslim, the Arabian world, whatever you take them, even if you take the Aladdin story, they're all about you to serve as a soul, you to listen your soul, whatever your soul is telling you, and not about to seek that physical sexuality love. And that's why we make those posts. That's why those posts are involving explanation how the soul works. And the love, it's really a composite of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. And when those two bodies they meet, they don't know what's going on. Like all the love stories, when they meet initially, they don't know what's going on. So find your story, work on yourself as a twin flame, and the most of all, I like to give you as advice: don't listen somebody that don't know what they do. Listen to your soul. Your soul always know the direction where to go into it. There was a lot of people come to me, Dio, you know so much about the twin flames. You help a lot of twin flames, Dio, this and that. 99% of the time, I finish with this: listen your soul. Your soul know your story. Your story has a journey, and your soul is lead you on this journey. You're here for that reason. That twin flame didn't show up just because of it. It has been designed to be, it has been meant to be. And again, listen to your soul, it's know its direction, and be love and good luck within your journey. Bye bye.